right, awesome.
Hello. Hi.
Oh, hi.
How are you guys doing?
Good, thank you. Oh, we're filming a movie project.
Oh, you're filming? Oh, yeah. And I came in and ruined it.
May 14th, 2021. I had just premiered my second feature film, Pesticide, at the Marcus Ridge Cinema in New Berlin, Wisconsin. I was in the parking lot of the theater with some of my friends, and we were talking about what was next. I basically said, look, I'm exhausted, and I want to go on a break from filmmaking. May 15th, 2021. I had just begun work on my third feature film, which was aptly titled Dear Eileen. The plot followed 4 American soldiers in World War II that get separated from their squad after a large-scale battle. The title would have been derived from the protagonist writing letters to his high school sweetheart back home. The third act would have involved our 4 heroes fighting off a German tank, with the protagonist being the sole survivor. It was all well and good until I had the realization that, well, I don't have any money. So I scaled the production back tenfold, and I wrote Wayward, a story about 2 brothers who get lost in the woods. I then remembered that there was a Pixar movie titled Onward, and I really didn't want my movie to be associated with that. So I went through all of my liked songs on Spotify for inspiration. I eventually stumbled upon one song that seemed so obvious and ended up being the direct inspiration for the title of the film. It's by a somewhat obscure band from the 70s. You might have heard of them, you might not, I don't know. They're called Jethro Tull. After settling on the title of Wayward Sons, I casted Nick Richards as Todd and Joseph Loeffler-Bell as Robert. Beyond being close friends of mine, I had worked previously with them on Pesticide, and we then decided to begin filming on August 21st, 2021.
So, like, you just want to focus it, you know, there's Joe. Hey, Joe. That's about it. So I'm gonna just try to walk with you guys, try to keep my distance, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. So, the goal is to end up by the tree.
Okay.
So, whenever you're ready, you guys can just start going.
Now, you may be thinking, surely you had a script written, right? Well, no. You see, throughout the filming of Pesticide, we would frequently disregard the screenplay and just improvise scenes to quicken up the shoot day and to make the dialogue feel more naturalistic. So I figured, shit, let's just do that, but for an entire movie. So we tried it. Filming in the Kettle Moraine Forest and other surrounding areas, we shot tons of B-roll and tried our best to shoot as many dialogue scenes as possible. By the end of August, we realized that there was no point in trying to shoot an entire feature film without a script, because the entire movie just felt aimless and unfocused. It may seem obvious in retrospect, but it honestly seemed entirely doable. I then spent the fall and winter of 2021 writing what would become the screenplay for the film. The first draft of the script was around 70 pages, and after some revisions, we got it to around 100 pages. I included a lot of scenes that added more mystery to the woods, and it became less about survival and actual realism, instead becoming more of a surreal and ethereal type project. In a way, the woods itself became a character of its own. A very important aspect of the film was hammering home the relationship between Robert and Todd. This was the entire crux of the film, and if that didn't work, then the film didn't work. Joe and Nick already had a lot of chemistry as brothers, but the problem was they didn't seem like they hated each other, so there was something that we worked on while filming, and that was ensuring that they felt cold and distant from one another. Yes, there was warmth there once, but that warmth is now gone. Once the screenplay was finalized, we got to work on pre-production, scheduling days, and we realized that we could film the entire movie in 14 days, and well, that's what we did.
Day 1 of filming.
One of the cooks broke off, so I'll give you the one that's good.
Day 1, baby, let's go! Check the fit. I'm pretty proud of it, if I do say so myself. Custom.
Oh, McCormack in the back.
My outfit is worth more than you, Nick, just saying. Just a rig rundown here. We've got a Blackmagic cinema camera. We got this, how do you say that? That's Chinese. What is that, Mikey? Makey?
Mickey.
That's an M. Illiterate fuck. Okay, so we've got this Mac Trem tripod. I got this in a church dumpster. Probably gonna use this too. It's a Lumix lens. Pretty sick. Hey, Joe.
Hi.
And then we've got this Movo blimp.
Yeah, and obviously it makes
And then there's also a Rode NTG4 Plus mic, and then we've also got this DJI
is there like this?
gimbal.
under you, sure.
Baba Booey.
We filmed as much as we could, getting tons of B-roll and getting tons of dialogue scenes and just shooting stuff that wasn't even in the script, but just making sure that we had as much footage as humanly possible. The filming days were very rough at times, especially considering that it was August in Wisconsin, and that sucks. Days on average were around 90 to 105 degrees Fahrenheit, with some days going as long as 8 a.m. all the way until 3 a.m. the next day, just continually. Obviously we had meal breaks, but they were long shooting days. The worst were the days where we were actually out on the train tracks. You see, walking from the bridge to the parking lot was maybe 10 to 20 minutes. So we would just be exposed in the sun on the railroad tracks. And we all got brutally sunburned because of it. That was actually where I got the inspiration to have the characters be really sunburned because of just how brutal the conditions were.
So what am I talking about?
You're not talking at all. This one's talking.
All right, so for makeup, I basically have, we have like this little bruise clit.
No way.
Bruise kit, not clit.
That's staying in.
Oh, no. So basically, we have this bruise kit that has like 4 different colors in it, like bruise colors. So I used the like red one, and I like just wiped it all over his face, like my whole hand was just on his face. Sorry. And then I like added a little bit of purple and yellow. The whole color wheel thing, it's crazy. But yeah, yellow really like helped it. And I took latex and I like dabbed it on, and then I took a Q-tip and like pulled it. Like I would stamp the Q-tip on and just to make these little like indents that you can see here, to kind of like pull it off a bit, to make it look like it's like good blistering, like skin coming off, basically like a really bad sunburn. So yeah, that's basically it, and I just kept adding and adding and adding and adding till it looked right.
Joe, what was the process like?
I mean, I just kind of sat there and joked, and then it was done.
You joked?
That's not what I said.
Ever since the film was released, I've had people asking me, how did we film the hanging body? Was it a harness? Was it CGI? Well, no, we aren't skilled enough to do either one of those. We just bought a dummy on Amazon, put clothes on it, and hung it up from a tree. I was actually kind of shocked at how good it looked, but I do think the head looks a little deflated. Beyond that though, I'm so proud of how it turned out, and we spent a long time just messing around with it even after we were done filming.
All right, drop them. Okay. Oh!
I was terrified that someone would just stumble upon it and freak out, or someone would see it from far away and call the cops, because we filmed this specific scene at a public park, and the last thing I wanted to be was the Logan Paul of YouTube indie filmmaking. Otherwise though, filming for summer of 2022 went by swimmingly. I really had no complaints other than the weather and the length of the days, but beyond that, it was fantastic. That was until I reviewed all the footage, and I had the soul-crushing realization that there was no way I'm going to be able to edit this myself and run the Firewood Media YouTube channel. At this point in time, I was prepping to do my Halloween Horror Picture Show, and then the plan from there was to make weekly videos. Because before this, it was just sort of posting whenever I felt like it. So having a schedule and also having to edit this feature-length project just wasn't going to happen. So I got help. I found someone who's willing to edit the movie, and we got in touch and we decided this is perfect, so let's do it. And a partnership began. From there, after getting numerous cuts of the film, I realized that we needed more scenes to further flesh out the story. So we recorded some voiceover narration as well to really tie everything together, and in summer 2023, we got the cast and crew back and filmed the remaining extra scenes and additional reshoots as well. While filming the campfire scenes, we saw this kind of bright light off in the distance, and it looked like it was coming towards us. and I thought, oh, this is just someone hiking or whatever. I know it was at night, but at the time I wasn't really thinking. It wasn't until they got closer and they shined the light on themselves that I realized this is a cop. Without interjecting too much, I'll just show you the entire clip because we actually have it all on camera. It's fairly uneventful, just still, you can clearly tell how nervous I am. Enjoy.
All right, awesome.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, hi.
How are you guys doing?
Good, thank you. Oh, we're filming a movie project.
Oh, you're filming? Oh,
Yeah.
and I came in and ruined it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
God.
No, you're just doing your job, man. No worries.
Okay. Yeah, I saw 4 people scooting along
Oh,
side
I'm
the
sorry.
road, and this is it's closed.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm sorry.
For the construction. I mean, this isn't, but
Oh, okay.
we've had people that would go and mess with the vehicles and
Oh,
whatnot.
okay, yeah.
And I saw someone pop out and like look around and then hop back in. And I thought someone was gonna come down and mess something up.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry.
So,
Hi.
so you're doing a movie?
Yeah, we're filming a project out here, so
Okay. What?
that's sunburn. It's makeup. He's not actually hurt. yeah.
What's? I guess what's the project?
Yeah, so it's about these 2 brothers. They're lost in the woods. He's the other brother, but he's done with his stuff today, so he's
Okay.
out of makeup. So right now it's kind of like the end. They're at a campfire together and they're just talking. So
Okay.
this is kind of like the climax of the movie and whatnot. So kind of just drama and we're just kind of talking with one another. So
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. I guess. Well, this is the first time I've ever in 10 years caught someone out here filming a movie at this time of night. So.
Usually it's something a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Understandable.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate you guys are doing your job. You know, we're not.
No,
so-
yep, and I see that now. So, do you guys hear me at all coming up?
No, I got my headphones on. I hear him and that's it.
All right, I haven't lost it then.
5 minutes back there.
All right, well, you guys have a good night.
All right, thank you.
Try not to step on me.
And no worries, thank you. I did not hear a single thing.
I know, neither.
No, yeah. You're sneaky.
Editing continued after that, and it was kind of uneventful. I worked on the music myself, as I do for most of my movies. The big inspiration for this album was Mort Garson's Mother Earth's Plantasia album. It's this fantastic album that was written and composed for plants to listen to, and it was all done on a Moog synthesizer. It's an album that I love a lot, and I really wanted to capture that essence of it, but give it sort of a darker sound, which I think you can really kind of hear on the track The Foot Race. I then realized that it was time to make the poster. Now, I had always made my own posters for my movies because who else was going to make it, right? I tried to do this sort of minimalist thing and it just looked awful. I actually experimented with using AI to make the poster. I input every single frame of the movie into this generative AI software, and then from there, it made a poster based off of everything that I fed it. So it wasn't fed someone else's work or anything. Don't worry, it's completely ethical, but it was just my own work. After watching some Cold Ones, which is like my favorite YouTube channel ever.
Can you make the license plate number
AIDS.
say trucker with AIDS?
No.
No?
They did this one video where they went on Fiverr and they got t-shirt designs. And so I saw that and I thought, hey, what if I got someone to make my movie poster design on Fiverr? Because it's generally inexpensive. And, you know, if it's bad, it's like, oh, well, I only lost about $20. But if it's really good, it's like, hey, I got a really good design for like $20. So I should be able to find someone that's capable enough to make a solid poster. I did a few trial runs and I would first find the artist, give them one of my short films and say, make a poster for this short film. That way, if it didn't really work out, oh well. But if it did work out, I would still have a poster for one of my short films. If I liked the artist enough, then I would be like, hey, could you make the poster for this feature film? That's how I found the poster artist for Wayward Sons. He made a poster for Attack of the Man-Eating Werewolf from Mars. He then made a poster for Doppelganger. And finally, I was like, hey, here's Wayward Sons. So he knocked it out of the park. I already talked a lot about it in my I made a $200 feature film video, but he did a bang up job. The film released on YouTube and I got a lot of positive reception. It's kind of surreal because this is my first feature film that I did not edit. So in a way, I feel a little bit divorced from it, if that makes sense. It's almost like it isn't really my project, even though it is. But regardless, I am so proud of it, and I am so thankful for everyone that put in the work to make this film a reality. And I just want to thank you for watching this video. Feel free to subscribe because you're going to be seeing a lot more original movies and videos just like this in the future on this channel. I'm Cole McCormack. You're watching Firewood Media. Thank you so much for watching.
All right, Layla, give us an update.
Freaking awesome.
Layla, production update.
Okay.
This is the last thing we're doing.
So basically,
Thanks, Joe.
I'm like running this whole thing. So I'm making sure everybody like, well, I'm actually the lead director. It'll say like Cole's the second director. But anywho.
It won't. Nick, what do you have to say about all this?
I just want to go home and goon.
Damn it, bro. Your family is gonna see this, Nick.
That makes me, his girlfriend, feel really good about myself.
Uh-oh. Well, you can goon him.